Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Icon Show. I'm your host, Gemmo. With me tonight is an extremely special guest, a dear friend of mine who I've known for, 15 plus years, maybe.
Absolutely.
Or so.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Dave Nugent, aka Nuge.
AKA Nuge. Thank you, Gemmo, so much for having me.
No problem, man. Thank you.
It's been a long time waiting. Are we in season 2 right now?
We are in season 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done a bunch of interviews on season.
So it took a
1.
full season to get me in the show. Okay. I guess you're just getting yourself warmed up. Fair enough. That's
exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. I mean,
right.
I the best for last, sir.
This is it then? This is it.
Hopefully we'll still keep going.
I'm happy to be here, dude.
No, it's awesome to have you, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're busy and I think you guys are working on a new record as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that all in order while all this madness is going on. But yeah, we're just putting the finishing touches on something that we're working on.
Very good. So for those that don't know your name, but know you by your look because you're a handsome son of a bitch.
Oh.
You're the lead guitarist for the Sam Roberts Band out of Montreal, Canada. And you guys are like gods.
Maybe back in 2004, but yeah, sure. We did all right. We do all right, but yeah, I play guitar with those beautiful bastards.
Yeah, they're a great group of guys. If you guys get a chance, whenever this madness opens up, definitely go check them out. Fucking greatest band in the world, I think. Still to this day, I've been saying this ever since I knew you guys.
Okay, Gemmo, let's ask that. When do you think? Because I can't remember because we've seen each other so many times.
Yeah,
and have crossed paths. I mean, I'm not crossed paths. Now we're friends. When was it? Like, when do you remember when we first kind of met? Like, when do we?
I think this was when I first started. I think Hostage Radio with my buddy.
I knew it was a radio show in Chicago.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. And I think this was back in what was it?
2003, 2004,
something like that. Yeah. So I reached out to Dave.
Yeah,
our good friend Dave.
Yeah, we'll get into Dave.
Later on for sure. And I emailed him, and I didn't think I would get a response back. And then, lo and behold, he's like, "Yeah, for sure, you can do an interview with Sam." So we interviewed Sam, and I was like, "Listen, we're throwing some kind of fucking showcase show thing. If you guys are going to be passing through Chicago, why don't you come through?" Yeah, and I don't know if that was your first Chicago show ever.
I'm pretty sure it was. Would that have been at the Double Door? Or
yes, exactly. Yeah,
that was our first show. Yes, wow. I remember that show like it was yesterday. Yeah, because pulling into Chicago for the first time obviously is an epic event for any band. So and you were there when we were loading in, if I remember correct.
Well, I think I met you guys like somewhere down the street because I think you guys were lost and didn't know where to park, and I'm like,
that's right.
Fuck, I got like the greatest band in the world fucking waiting for me now. Jump on your tour bus. I'm like, hey, I'm Gemmo.
Oh no, there was no tour bus then.
No, you guys had a tour bus.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah. It was a full fucking size tour bus.
Okay, so that was 2004 then, for sure.
Yeah, we were doing
2002 and 3, no tour buses, but 2004 there might have been one.
2000.
Wow, yeah. That's
it. Yeah, but yeah, such a great show. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here, Nuge. I'm the guy who brought you guys to your first Chicago show.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
And it's now not been one of our only favorite places to go to because of not only you and all your friends that we end up meeting through there, but we recorded a record there. It's like, it's literally become, I wish we could call it our second home. It's not, because we don't get to go there enough, but we feel very comfortable there. And we spent 6 weeks there making one of our records. So it's, thank you for introducing us to one of the best cities in the world. That's for sure.
Well, thank you for coming, and thank you again for coming on the show, man. So let's get into it a little bit here. How long have you been playing guitar for?
I started a little late, I guess. And you might be able to tell that because of my guitar playing skills, but I was like, I was in grade 9. What would that be? 14 or so. And, I had a music teacher in school, in high school, and she was Mrs. Castleman, and she was amazing. And she asked me, because she could tell that I was definitely involved and interested in music, and she wanted to know what I would, other than playing the trumpet or the French horn or maybe some xylophone that we all had to play in grade 9 and stuff.
Okay.
And I asked her if she could teach me how to play guitar. And so at lunchtime, she would teach me during music class, but then I'd get like lessons from her at like lunchtime and stuff. And all I wanted to learn how to play is a couple chords, you know, be like that cheesy douchebag by the campfire, just to kind of woo some girls and stuff like that. That was my MO at the time. And so it was around like 14 or 15, and she kind of taught me, and I kind of picked it up pretty quickly from there, and then met some musicians and other folk that really kind of took me in the stratosphere of like playing.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Let me just tell you, you're a fine guitar player, sir.
Oh, well, thanks so much. Yeah. You'll never hear that from my mouth, but yeah.
And you've got this like kick thing going when you jump in the air.
Yeah. I do acrobatics and everything else.
That's beautiful. It's like
make you not look at my guitar playing.
It's very
that's what I do.
Bruce Lee.
I'm like an illusionist, like David Copperfield. Don't look over here. Look at my feet.
Yeah.
Or my head.
So with that being said, how did you end up forming the Sam Roberts band?
Sam Roberts band?
Yeah.
Well, going back to Dave, who we were just talking about, Dave Spencer is our manager then and now.
And forever.
And forever. And then and now and forever. Absolutely. 100%. And he... so I was playing in a band in high school, and my band moved to Montreal because there's two people that are very important in my, well, there's many, but Paul Leach and Corey Zadarozny were my bandmates in high school, and we started playing music. So I learned how to play guitar when I was 15. By 16, I was jamming with these guys, and I was playing guitar with them, and they said, "You don't know how to play guitar. You should play bass." Absolutely. And I was like, "You're very right." So anyways, I started playing bass in this band, and we started a band, and that band carried on for about 4 or 5 years. And these two guys taught me how to play music live or recorded and everything. Anyways, we moved to Montreal.
Yeah.
And the drummer's brother, Jordan Zadarozny, ended up being flat roommates with Dave Spencer. So when I moved to Montreal, Dave Spencer, I met Dave before I met any of the Sam Roberts guys, like Sam or James and Eric, who are like the core dudes of the band, right? They were in other bands. So my band and the Sam, or at that time they were called North Star, Sam and James, who plays bass in the band, and Eric, who plays keyboards, they were playing a different band. So my band and their band were playing shows together and around, and we're in the scene, and we met them through Dave Spencer. So Dave Spencer kind of joined me with Sam and the dudes.
That is so fucking
And that would have been like 1997, 1998 maybe.
Right.
And then it was about 2 years of us like playing in different bands, but like kind of within the scene of Montreal. And then when Sam decided to go to Pembroke, where I grew up.
Right.
The small town in Ontario, Canada. Decided to go do an EP there, which ended up being like the Brother Down song and like
the Inhuman
Condition EP. Anyways, so I found out that he was going down there to record it. I'm like, well, you're not going down there without me. I got to be there. It's my hometown. So I started kind of making music with Sam and some Jordan and those kind of people. So that's how that started. That connection happened. And Corey from, again, my high school band was around then at the same time. My band broke up, the Leech Drive band and the North Star, Sam's other band. I know it's all bouncing around a lot, but anyways, those two bands kind of melded, and the Sam Roberts band in about 2001 kind of created something there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's how
Corey was your original drummer. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, he was my he was
right.
I played in two bands in my life. Leech Drive, my high school band.
Yeah.
Corey was a drummer. And then the Sam Roberts band.
Right.
And Corey was the original drummer in that band for about 2 years. And then he decided to kind of like, you know what, the touring thing's not for me. And I'm going to go back to Pembroke, Ontario, Canada, where it's small town living and good living. And he just decided to kind of go that way. So, but he was the one that started it all off too with us.
Well, good. I actually met him a few times actually.
Yeah. Well, that he would have been playing that show.
He was there.
He played there. He knows you. Yeah, trust me, he knows you.
He's a great guy, very nice guy. And then you
Love him
guys,
to death.
Josh now is in the fold, or has been in
Absolutely.
the fold, and he's fucking
Josh,
awesome.
it's so funny. We were talking about this. Josh is in the fold. Josh has been in the fold for 16 fucking years. It's not like Josh has been in the fold. You know, he is, he's such a part of but he'll always be, and poor guy will always be the new guy. But yeah, he is the epitome of the Sam Roberts band. He is the backbeat of it. So yeah. He's
great, man. He's great. Please tell him hello next time you see him.
I absolutely will. We message a lot now that we're at home lockdown. There's a lot of talk and zooming with old JT.
Well, good. So now, what? So back in high school, you learned and you had all these bands and everything. What was it that drew you and inspired you to be a musician and to kind of go out and do something like, I could dream of playing in front of thousands and shit like that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. As soon as I started playing live music or playing music with other people, really, not even like live music was playing in my friend Paul's basement, and we'd have parties to 40 people or 10 people, and it was the biggest rush of your life,
Sure.
In Pembroke. So that alone drew me to be like, if we can do this, like I'm set for life. But our friend, our drummer, Corey, who we were just talking about, his brother, Jordan, is a very well-known musician and did quite well for himself, and maybe seen a bit of that. And just, I don't know. Just thinking that was there was this guy from Pembroke, this no man's land in the middle of nowhere in Canada, made it out to Los Angeles and had a record deal and was playing music that I love and music that really connected to me. And so that definitely drew me to it, but I never thought it was an option, and then you meet people and you start making music, and I just said, fuck it, I'm going to go for it. So as soon as Sam and I and some of the band connected and some stuff started happening back in 2001, I said, I finished school, I finished university, and I graduated, and I was happy about that with an English literature degree that was going to get me absolutely nowhere else other than maybe teaching.
Well, all you guys have graduated, and you're all pretty smart fucking guys.
Well, yeah, I would. Yeah, sure, we're smart. We know how to read, but honestly, ask me to write an essay right now, there's no fucking way. My spelling's atrocious. I can't even complete a full sentence. So is my education really worth that much money that I spent or my parents spent on it or whatever?
Sure.
But I said, as soon as I finished school and I was up with Sam and the band was kind of happening and the song was a bit on the radio, just like a touch. I said, I'm going to give it a year and just see if this happens. And it did. I was lucky enough. I'm one of the few. But it was other people. It was people around me in other bands, like back in high school and in the Montreal music scene, like the Deers or Tinker or Blinker the Star or Melissa Oftimer or like, and then just seeing that. And I was so drawn to it. I was so drawn to be able to be a part of a band or something, that.
And look at you now, man. Fucking headlining festivals, selling out fucking shows left and right. Winning Juno Awards and shit, which is like the Grammys here in the States. It's fucking.
It's great. It's great. I'll never, ever, 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 ever complain about it. We're lucky dudes, Yeah.
Very good, sir. Very good. Now let me ask, what's like the creative process with writing a song and presenting it to the band? Do you bring some of your own material there and then be like, hey, Sam?
When it comes to the Sam Roberts band, Sammy comes up with 98, 99, 100, and sometimes 80% of it. I don't know. He's a songwriter, and that's why we're as lucky as we are, because it's Sam, man. And so he brings us songs and then we'll jam them and then we'll put our input into it and then we'll come up with some ideas, and some of them will definitely win and some of them won't. Like the original ideas that Sam brings up for the most part are, that's the way that, but he's also very much a person where it's like, this is what I'm thinking. Here's the kind of the part of the song, but you have to play it. Like you have to do it, and you have to put your own personality into it, and you have to bring in your own, and so yeah, that can go off into many different branches and stuff like that. He's one of the best person to collaborate with, because even though it's his song and it's his music and it's his lyrics, obviously it's his lyrics. And Sammy's such a lyricist and such a songwriter that you never want to step over any of his words and his timing and his melodies. So
I mean, it's gold,
Yeah, to me it is. I'm the biggest Sam Roberts Band fan in the world. So you don't have to. Sam never has to tell me twice to say, "Hey, maybe step off." Like I'm like whatever, man. But yes, there's a lot of collaboration after this. Like the main, like let's just say, like the main nuts and bolts of the song are written when he's at home and like recording these. Then they come to us, and then it becomes something different. And then whenever we record it, it's something different. And then when we go play live, everything's all bets are off. It's everybody's own song, but we all want to make sure it's
no. And again, if you guys can see them live anytime they're in your city, town, whatever, you will
anytime we're in your city or town in 2021, 2022, maybe 2020, 2030, we might be there.
Who knows? But definitely check them out. You will not be disappointed. If you don't like them, I will personally refund your money for the ticket. You have my word.
You've said that. I believe you've actually said that before.
Nobody's ever called me.
No, you're right. You haven't had to spend a dime, right?
A+, sir. A+. So you mentioned collaborating. Do you guys collaborate with other artists? Like, do you go off and do?
I don't know if we, as a band, no, not a ton. I mean, we're up for it. Sam has definitely done it.
Yeah,
a million times. He gets asked all the time, right? Like, of course, and he does it. When he's able to, and when he feels like it's right, for sure. Absolutely. And he's done some awesome stuff. As a band, we've done some things, but. As individuals, I mean, we're always you're not going to find any of us that are not willing to play with anybody and everybody. Right. We love being a band. I'll tell you that much, and we love when the five of us get together and play music. So, it's something that these days, in this day and age, and where we are in our career, because with family and everything else, you don't find yourself jamming as much as I used to when I was 25 or even 30, maybe, like jamming with other people and talking about like, let's do this. Like, life gets in the way with families and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't happen as much anymore, but we're definitely up to collaborate. Like it'll happen, but it doesn't happen because we're so pumped up to get together as the five of us. Honestly, like, that occupies a lot of our own space in our mind and like physically whenever we get together. And when things are rolling, we're busy and we like it that way.
And I completely understand. I don't know if you remember this or not, and this isn't on the outline either, but I'm glad you kind of brought this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Blindfold the Ghost.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. You sent me that.
Yeah. We actually collaborated.
Absolutely. I love that.
Oh, I love it too,
please
man.
do it. Keep doing. Keep sending me ideas, and then I will. I love that. I love, like, I'm totally down with that. I love, like, a lot of
fun. But like you said, I had to stop because life kind of got in the way.
That's dude, man.
Moving and this and that.
Like,
and fucking A.
Yeah, I've stopped a lot of stuff, and unfortunately, with it, you can make a lot of. I've made a million excuses. My broken computer or. Kids and all that kind of stuff, and and those are the good things, that like the kids and making lunches and stuff. Those are the things that are all right to make you stop working. But there's also a lot of time where I'm just like, I could have done a little bit more. So yes, keep sending me your ideas.
Definitely,
just one line ideas, and I will. That'll spark something, and then
just. Bounce it back and forth, and it'll be great.
I'll just send you a clip, and we can bounce it back and forth.
Excellent, man. Excellent. All right, I may send something to you tonight, depending how the rest of this evening goes.
Okay, that's fine. I won't get it to it till maybe I'll get to it tonight.
You never know.
You never know.
So the last Sun EP, that was
Yeah.
your solo record.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean you guess? That was fucking a brilliant record, man. That was
Thanks,
an
man.
EP. I'm sorry.
It was 4 songs. Yeah. I mean, I wrote enough songs during that time to make 2 records. It was one of those weird, tough times.
Yeah.
Where I was. There it is. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's one of those times where I was. We had just finished recording. Or we were in the middle of recording Low Fantasy, and I'd finished this bunch of songs that I've been doing at home during a bit of a tough time. And I thought, you know what? I just thought, I had 2 kids at the time. I'm like, I got to put something out. And it was great in the days of, like, it was 2000. I don't know when, 2013, 2012. I don't even remember what it was. I was just like, I can do this digitally. I can do it easily, and it's going to be out there, and it's going to live on the internet. It's going to live in whatever. It's not a physical copy, but it's something I had to do. And it was just 4 songs, and they meant a lot to me. And I put everything I had in my heart out to that. And like I said, there was 40 songs to pick from, but I just thought, let's put 4 songs out. And honestly, so my kids could look up on the internet and find their dad there, because that's what it meant to me at the time. And maybe I'll do more, but it was a real tough time then, and I just had to do it.
Well, I love it, man. I haven't heard it, to be honest with you, maybe 6 or 7 years. Cause it was constantly in my playlist years ago when it first came out, and then I was like, fuck, I'm going to talk to Nuge. And I'm like, shit.
You got to do your research.
Yeah. So I downloaded everything again. I was like, holy shit. I miss a beat on this. Bravo to you, man.
Thanks, man.
Waiting for more from The Last Sun.
Yeah, I want to do more. And, like we were just talking about, stupid reasons get in the way, and there's no excuse for it. And I loved it. It was one of the most happiest moments. It was a dark moment, but it was also a really, really, really cool moment for me, and something I'm really proud about to put out there, because it was just something I was like, I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And thanks for people like Dave Spencer, our manager, and Jen Sukde. Like, they helped me. They're like, yeah, dude, do it. And I'm glad I did. And it's out there. And the band were super cool with it. And, Sam was the first person to be like, yeah, man, get that shit out there. And so it was really fun, and maybe some other time, but it was definitely something that it was very cathartic that had to just happen.
Again, it's a great album. I will be playing, I think, the whole thing at
wow, all 4 tracks. Jesus,
why not?
All 12 minutes? I don't know if your listeners are going to stick by for that.
Well, hopefully YouTube will keep it up. We'll see if I can flag. I don't know.
I'll be making some phone calls to make sure that they carry right down.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, speaking of phone calls, do you remember that time?
Oh God.
I wasn't allowed in Canada, and you guys were playing like the Key to Bala or something.
Yeah.
Like huge show.
Yes.
And I was living, I think at the time, in Detroit or Chicago, one of those two. And I drive up there, and they wouldn't let me go through. I'm like, what do I do? I just drove fucking 6 hours to get up here. I'm trying to call fucking Spencer and whoever else. And then
were you solo, or were you with Billy?
I was solo.
You were solo.
I was solo. Yeah. Billy and I went up there, I think, previously with that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember this. Yeah.
And then I had your number. I was like, fuck, I got to call Nuge.
Yeah.
So I had you talk to, I don't know, what do you call the police out there? The the
RCMP or the customs officer?
The customs son of a bitch. That guy. I'm like,
that's fun. That's fun to do right before a show, by the way. Talk to a customs officer and ask if my crazy friend from Chicago can come in.
Yeah. So I guess I have some stuff on my record that
that's absolute garbage. I don't believe that one for 1 second.
No, I'm an angel.
And as a former prosecutor, I will.
Anyway, that was a good time. Thank you again for letting me in your country. I owe you.
Absolutely, anytime. Oh my God, I remember that. No, that wasn't Key to Bala. That's when we were playing with We might have been playing a hip show in Montreal.
That's right. Yes, it was
a place where the National just had played the night before. So it was a hip show, in Montreal, out on like the old near the old port. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that. Yeah,
but you made it through. You were here. You were in.
All thanks to you.
Wow,
I don't know what kind of strings you pulled, but you guys are Canadian mafia up there. So
no, I can just sweet talk myself right into an old graveyard.
Oh dear. All right, let me get back to the questions here.
Your questions?
This is my third shot, I think.
Whoa, what are you drinking?
So I've got. Do you know The Rock?
I love The Rock. A huge. My kid. Are you kidding me? Do I know The Rock? I have children. Yes, I know The Rock.
Wrestler, the actor, or whatever.
Yes.
So he came out. Yeah, Dwayne. He came out with his own tequila.
Oh, of course, it's tequila. You lucky bastard. It looks delicious.
It's called Terramina.
Yeah.
So they have the.
That's an awfully large bottle.
Yeah. It's, I like the tequila. I like it. But
I love it too.
I'll have some for. Speaking of beverages, Sam Roberts Band Session Ale.
It's called just ale now, but yes, it's the Sam Roberts Band Ale. It was called Session Ale for a bit, but now it's Sam Roberts Band Ale.
Why is that?
Because Session Ale was kind of connoted like it's a little lighter.
Okay.
It is still the same percentage, but it is compared to other Session Ales, it's a little bit more on the not heavier beer, but like it's like 4.6 or 4.5%. Okay. So more Session Ales, I think, are 4%, 4 or 3.9 or something. Right. I still say you can rip a 6-pack around the campfire with no problemo. Maybe do a dozen. It's up to you, but they're pretty easy going, pretty easy drinking. Yeah, those are our little babies. Those little delicious beers.
I have been trying since that's been released to get them either in my establishment where I work at.
You're an angel.
Yeah. I've been trying. I even reached out to whatever vendors I have and your vendors out there in Canada. We're like,
it's tough.
It is tough, man.
It's tough to get it. Like it's brewed in Kingston, Ontario.
Right.
And it's very difficult to even get in Quebec. We just now, I think just this last couple of weeks, are able to deliver it across Canada. But but that took God knows how many years. I don't know how many.
I'll just meet you at the border. Right? I'll just pick it up.
Hey, man, I'm gonna send myself some. I will die. Fortunately, Kingston is only about 2.5 hours from here, from Montreal. Okay. So we will definitely, and this is no word of a lie. The band will take band trips to Kingston and fill up our, station wagons, and bring them back. Usually Sam, it's really hilarious. Sam would have, Sam and I and Eric, the keyboard player in the band, live very close to each other. Like right in the same neighborhood, 5 blocks apart. And he will get a keg. They'll give him like a keg of it because they serve the keg of beer like through establishments all over.
It's your beer though.
It is, but good luck getting it through the goddamn border of friggin' Quebec or any other province. So he'll have a keg out on his patio, and like as soon as we hear that he's got a fresh tap, we're over there. Yeah,
and it's gone. Within
minutes. Well, his father will take a mason jar, fill up his mason jar. I'll go over there with a pitcher. His neighbors come running over. Like it's a full party. When there's a new SRB ale keg tapped over at Sam's place, they've got a lot of company.
Is it Spearhead Brewing?
Yeah, Spearhead Brewing in Kingston, Ontario.
Spearhead Brewing, if you're listening.
You can go on there and you can find, if you're in Canada and in America, there's still possibilities that we're going to be able to get it out there. Because we honestly, it's like, we love it. This kind of was a thing that sparked where a lot of craft breweries were just doing like kind of interactive stuff with other bands and artists like, Tom Green or Margaret Atwood or like, not Jay-Z, God willing, Jay-Z, if any fucking Canadian brewery got Jay-Z on there,
not like
they'd be just fine. But anyways, like artists or celebrities So it started a couple years ago, but we love the beer so much, and we just wanted to keep it going. And Spearhead were awesome with it. And they're like, let's keep it going. The sales were okay. We won a couple like beer festivals. Like we came first place in a couple beer festivals. They love it. So yeah, it's been a few years, and we're gonna keep it going until we can.
Well, fuck yeah, man. And yeah, I'm gonna be the first one here in the States to ever try it. I hope.
You haven't tasted a sip, have you?
No, I've been trying to get
That's an absolute. That's blasphemy. That's a shame.
I mean,
Of all people,
we gotta talk to Dave, I think.
what if you took a sip and you spit it out? Like, well, I don't think you'd ever do it in front of our faces, but you might do it behind our backs.
No. If I didn't like it, I'd tell you.
That's absolutely true.
If I didn't like it, I'd tell you. That's for sure. Yeah.
You'd spit it and be like, guys, it's not going to work.
Let's go back to the studio and let's redo it again. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So I don't know if I told you or not, but a dispensary just recently opened up at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So near you?
It's literally 6 minutes away.
5, 6, like walking distance, or you can drive?
Oh, you can drive.
5, 6 minutes. Just bingo, bango.
Boom, done.
Done. Done.
We have a good relationship over there. We on a first name basis and everything. And
I can't imagine anyone not being on a first name basis with you. Basis. I can't imagine anyone not being a first name basis with you. Everyone who call I don't demo. I don't know what your last name is. I'm not going to lie to you. 100%. And I've known you for 15 years.
Yeah. Well, it's like Madonna, Cher, or Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, not really.
So it's good. And don't tell me. I never want to know.
It's a secret. It's a secret. So I've been a fan of yours forever, and now a friend for forever now.
Yeah.
When you guys are out at shows and playing different areas and venues and all that other shit, how is the interaction with the fans like after the show or before the show? Do you ever want to be bothered or not bothered, I should say, and be like, get the fuck away from me? Have you met some psychopaths?
It's so funny. I really think it depends on. Yeah, of course. Everyone, yes, we've met some people that not you. Gemmo, you were just like, hey guys, welcome to town. How about we go over to the bar over here and I'll buy you a drink. We were like, yes, sir. Yes, please. Yes. No. That was easy. Sure. There's people that you can kind of see right off the bat that maybe you don't want to, converse too long with, but we're pretty easygoing before and afterwards. I have to say, we like. I mean, yeah, sure. There's 5 minutes before you go on to play that you don't want to talk to anybody, right? There's 5 minutes where you just like, it's great to just have the 5 guys in the band and
right.
That's it. And then we go on stage. But we're pretty easy going when it comes to like, if there's fans that want to talk to us, we're definitely going to talk to them. If there's fans who want to talk to us afterwards, we're definitely going to talk to them. Sometimes we're sweaty and tired and gross, and I'm sure I gave a million people the cold shoulder, but it's funny. It's like, you got to be as good as your host, and our host is Sam, and Sam is the king of all that kind of stuff. Sure, right? Sure. So we have a lot to look up to. He talks to everybody. He'll sit out in the crowd for an hour and a half. It really doesn't matter, and he'll sign autographs for as long as it can. And if anybody wants the rest of the band to come and hang out and say hi to you, and usually they do, we're kind of more than happy to do it. But it's like I said, you got to be as good as your host, and his hosting is top notch. So we learn from the best, and that's what we do.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you guys, I think the nicest and most down to earth fucking guys, top to bottom, hands down.
Oh yeah, Gemmo, you'd be the same way, man. If you were lucky enough to go play a show and there's 1,000 people there, or if there's 200 people or 50 people there, you're going to be thankful that they're there, and they,
of course. I mean, and you guys,
they paid for your gas money.
You guys are so. I mean, you're humble because and look, not beating around the bush or tooting your horn or whatever. You guys are like a fucking huge band. You're a huge deal, And to be so humble as you guys are, each and every one of you, from Dave to
Right.
Everybody down the line to the person that sells T-shirts. You know, they're so fucking down to earth, so cool, and you guys always just give us.
I think a lot of that has to do. Well, thanks, man, and I think that's the way that these dudes and have been, have thought and how lucky they are. But I really think that has to do a lot with some of the bands that we started off playing with, and one of them is the Tragically Hip, and we played so many shows with them right off the start. That was literally our first touring, and they were just like that. They were just really cool. They talked to everybody, and it's very important to be really cool to all the people that are working the shows, from the security guards, the guys that are selling the soda pop and the cold ones, the guys that are like, watching the line, or checking the doors, or ripping tickets, or checking codes. Like those guys in the Hip. No, they were like really cool and really nice and really sweet. Shit. And to every single, we're walking in there going like, oh my God, everybody loves this band. We're in like Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. The Tragically Hip is a Canadian rock and roll icon, but still in Phoenix, Arizona, they're only playing to like 500-600 people. But everybody knows them. Everybody loves them. Like like all these dudes, they're going out and golf That's days, like with the promoters and stuff. Like, why? Because they're the coolest, nicest, sweetest.
Exactly.
And also we're all here because we're lucky. We're all here because we're good. Fuck it. We're an awesome band, and that's why we're here. But also we're lucky to be here. Like, I'm talking about the Hip though. I'm not talking about us, but yeah. But no, that's what we learned from, you know what I mean? It's like, we're thankful for you having us, and we're going to show us like thanks, and we're going to walk away with an awesome paycheck. So why would you not? Why?
Yeah.
Who has the time to be an asshole? I'm sorry. You're not going to get any free drinks being a prick. Okay. So let's be sweet. But it's the way we were taught by bands like that. And it's the way that we realize makes it a lot easier touring and continue on. And I swear to God, that's why we're still lucky enough to be together after 18 years,
And that's honestly, that's a God's honest truth, because I mean, you've been around the block a few times. I have, and I've run into bands who are complete fucking
absolutely
who
have we.
I almost got into several.
But it's like, Gemma, where is that energy cup? Like, why are you making it like we're all? How many cold ones? How many drinks and tequila shots do you need to make this night go easier? Right. We're all just hanging out. It's 5:00 at night. We're playing a rock and roll show. Right. What's the goddamn problem?
I mean, some people are rock stars, who
really
aren't.
Hey, man.
We're not going to mention any names.
No,
because we love everybody.
Love everybody.
Yeah, that's it. Peace, and love, and all the other good stuff. Kind of going to left field here. Have you ever dealt with like performance anxiety? Like, were you ever?
That's a really great question.
And before you answer that, though, kind of a personal question. After you answer that one, have you ever had to use the bathroom, maybe one song into your set? Like, and I'm not saying you got to pee, because who knows? You could pee in your pants if it's raining, whatever the case may be. Nobody's gonna know. But you got to take a shit.
Yes to both. Absolutely, yes to both.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'll answer the second one first. I definitely had to fucking go to the washroom. I don't think I ever ran off stage. Eric Ferris, our keyboard player, has done it multiple times.
Say hello to him. I miss him.
I will. He's a good-looking Egyptian magician. Is a beautiful, beautiful man, being a super dad at home right now.
He's a dad?
You don't know that he's a super dad? Yes.
Not.
Yes. Little Theo Ferris Marsden. Yeah, man. He's a year and a half, maybe almost 2. A year and a half. He's born in November.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's being a super dad. He's like, we're in lockdown. His wife is working really hard at home, and he's just got all hands on deck right now. And
that's great. Tell him congratulations.
I will. Absolutely.
That's beautiful. I had no clue.
He's the king of like, I got to get off stage. And I don't know how he can do it with his magical hands, because he's in keyboard land. He can press a couple keys, put like piece of tape on the sustain pedal, and he'll rip to the bathroom and come back. And we won't notice. We won't even notice. Like, he's got so much stuff going on. Like we're like got our heads banging or whatever, so we don't notice a thing. But Gemma, I like that question about performance anxiety because I've had it my entire life, and I've dealt with anxiousness, and my father has, and my whole family has, and I get anxious every night before I go on stage, mostly. Every day that we're in the studio recording, it's really if you see that red light flashing, I get very there's something that changed with you, and I like that change though. I like that feeling. It gives you a boost of something.
Sure.
You know, and sometimes it works for you, and sometimes it doesn't. If you focus too much on the anxiousness, it really can kind of be a catastrophe. But if you can kind of center it and use that really beautiful boost of endorphins and like kind of go for it, it can create a lot of great music. Or just or spontaneity or any kind of something creative. But yeah, live, like even picking up my guitar, I will get anxious about something, thinking that I'm not doing enough or whatever. Like it's a weird problem that I've had and I've suffered. I'm not going to suffer. No, I don't suffer from it. That I've had, more people suffer with that kind of issue than I do. But it's something that comes into being an anxious, kind of person. And it's something that you can kind of feed off of, and it's something that can kind of debilitate you. And it's debilitated me many years for just being like, I don't even want to pick up a guitar because I don't know what I'm supposed to do or like what I'm expected of or whatever.
Well, and I applaud you for answering it honestly and truthfully, and thank you. And there's a lot of people, I mean, including myself, and who knows how many people are out there. I mean, what kind of advice can you give then to somebody who is going through that kind of like negative emotion of anxiety while they're going on stage or while
it's funny. It's like the scare. It's there's like, I think I don't remember if I'm quoting this right, but like there's three things that scare people the most. It's like public speaking, moving, and then death, right? It's like it sucks. But if you feel it in you and you got something to say, you just got to keep doing it. You got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. If you want to be in a band in this day and age, as much as you can do, as much as you can on your computer and write as many songs as you can, you have to get out there. And unfortunately, we can't in this day and age right now, but you have to just think about that, get better at what you do live, because that's the bread and butter of the industry these days. So like, keep playing and keep inviting your friends and keep asking people to come to your shows. If it's in your apartment, if it's in your parents' basement, if it's in your living room, and if it's and I can't stand the guy that picks up a guitar at a don't pick up a guitar at a party and start trying to sing your songs. No, nobody wants to hear that.
Don't do that.
But tell them to come see you play at a cafe shop the next night, and then do that. And that's what you got to keep doing. And that's the name of the game these days, man. If you want to keep going, if you want to be something that's going to impact people and you want to get your name out there, you got to make sure you're good at what you do when you play it live, so you can connect with people that way. That's the way to go.
Definitely. Well, thank you, man. That was nice. You see, I told you guys, he's the nicest son of a biscuit anywhere in the world.
Well, thanks, man. I'm just looking at my face. I'm getting very red hot from this red wine and my light in my face, so I feel like I'm blushing.
It's okay. Trust me. You should see the lights that I have beaming on me here.
Yeah, well, I would be literally. I'd look like a strawberry.
So I have one last question, and then I'll kind of wrap it up here. And this is a fan question, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever missed a flight?
Oh, wow.
For a show?
Interesting. I wonder what fan sent this in.
I mean, you have millions. Right?
Yeah, I do. No, I wouldn't say that. Okay. Well, we have never, let's just say that the Sam Roberts Band has never, ever, the five of us have never, ever missed a show. We have never skipped a show, canceled a show, missed a show, even if all five of us weren't there.
Right.
There's usually Tim Fletcher from the Stills would be the fifth filling in for them.
Mm-hmm.
But there was maybe this one time. And we had a show in Montreal.
Yeah.
And maybe I stayed up a little too late. Okay. Maybe I stayed up a little later than I should. And we had a flight at 7 a.m. So we had to be at the airport at 5. All of that was working out fine. Got the pickup, got to the airport with the full band. Everyone's good. We check in on our way to our gate. I decided we got an hour. I'm going to take a little snooze. Okay. I should have went to
where did you go?
Oh, we're going to.
No, where'd you go take a nap?
Well, yeah. Okay. I want to tell you where we're going. We're going to this beautiful Northern Ontario like, again, we're so lucky. We're going to these beautiful places that no one ever has been. It's called Moose Factory, Ontario. It's like someplace you'd never expect to be able to go to. And we're going there. And this community of people are so cool. And they're offering it. We're there for like 2 or 3 nights. Everyone's super pumped to go there. We had to play a show in Montreal. I stayed up too late, but checked in fine. And then I'm like, before I get on the flight, I'm going to take a nap. So where did I go? No, I didn't go to our gate to take a nap. I went to like a gate, I don't know, a mile away. And I went underneath these benches and grabbed my backpack and had a little sleepy sleep. Our flight's at like 7:30.
Yeah.
I wake up, no lying, it's 12:30 in the afternoon. I wake up at the Montreal airport. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, what? Whoa. And I hear on the speaker, David Nugent, could David Nugent please come to the concierge desk and phone? So God only knows how long they've been asking. I've been asleep for 3.5 hours. How long were they saying that? Because I woke up, it's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I wake up, I'm in a panic. First of all, there's nothing worse than it's like missing a flight by yourself. But when you're with a team, you're with your bandmates, you're with your team, it's like everybody's gone.
I'm assuming you kind of knew where you were when you woke up.
I knew where I was when I woke up, but I was also like, where's everybody else? What? Why is everybody else? Why is everybody else not here? I thought, aren't we grabbing our flight in 20 minutes? I thought I just left for 20 minutes. No, 3 hours later. I run. Also, I lost my phone. Don't have any phone.
Great.
So I run to the phones and I pay phones and I phone our manager, Dave. And all I hear is just like, Dave, it's Nugent. I just hear, we got him, guys. We got him, guys. Then I go, okay, how do I get to where we're going? And Moose Factory, Ontario, it's it's secluded, so it's hard to get there. It's not like there's a bunch of flights there.
Yeah.
And again, we're super pumped to go to this place because no one's been there. Like we haven't been there, none of us. So then I get booked on the next flight to go to whatever, the one step closer. So I get to the check-in, I check in, I sit down, I fall asleep.
Wow.
I wake up. It's an hour later. I miss that flight too. That flight's gone. So I wake up by myself and I go to the front desk. And I'm like, hey, no. And they're like, Mr. Nugent, your flight took off an hour and a half ago. We called you 5 times. And I was front and center, Gemmo, like right there's the gate and I'm right here. And this is me sleeping.
Why didn't they wake you up?
They didn't. Maybe they tried. I don't know. I was exhausted.
Wow.
Yeah. Terrible. So then I have this, check this out. Then I have to go back to customer services, who I just talked to 2 hours ago about missing my flight. Honestly, I started bawling. I'm starting to cry now. I'm like, because they're like, there's no flights to get you there. I'm like, please.
Wow.
They're like, get a cup. He's like, this guy was the best, and I'll never forget him. He was like, sir, get a cup of coffee, keep your fucking ass up, and get on this next flight. So I did. I got a cup of coffee. I fell asleep again, but then I woke up. I swear to God, I was the last person on that next flight. I did. I fell asleep again.
They should have somebody with you. I think maybe after the second.
Yes, they should, Gemmo. You're right. They should have somebody with me.
Holy shit. Wow.
But anyways, I got on that flight and I made it to the show. And it was, again, we went to Moose Factory, Ontario. And
did you make it on time?
Yeah, I did. Again, we had, thank God, 3 days. So I missed the best day. But then I got there. We went fishing with this amazing community and ate fish and played a concert and had the best time ever.
I'm curious as to what everybody else's response was when you missed your second flight.
Oh, Nuge will get here. Honestly, it was like, oh, whatever. Or we'll just like, oh, we'll do. I think they did sound check.
Yeah.
And try to figure out all the songs without me there. Thing like, well, because it's very again, it's a remote place. It's hard to get to. It's not like, and it's like I don't know. It's like a Saturday at that time. They're like, there's not flight. They're like, oh, we'll just figure out the songs. Honestly, Sam and all the guys were just like, he fell asleep. Don't worry about him. Poor guy.
That has got to be one of the greatest fucking stories I've heard.
Yeah. No, that was not. I'm not.
Whenever very book that has to be in there, man. It has to be.
Yeah, right, I'm not well, thanks, Ben.
Jesus. Well, Nuge, that's all I have, man.
I loved it, man.
Hey, thank you so much. Nuge, samrobertsband.com. Nuge, are you on the social medias?
Not so much, man. I watch Sam and all the band, like we watch samrobertsband.com. So
right.
If anybody wants to send any of us a message, we're always on top of that. You know, if it's specifically to anybody, yeah. So that's the way to listen up. The Last Sun, maybe there'll be something else coming out sometime soon. But
yes, very soon.
That was a moment in time, and I loved it. And let's keep moving forward.
Definitely. Well, Nuge, thank you so much, sir. It's been far too long.
Absolutely, Gemmo.
I can actually give you a hug.
I can't wait to
kiss you on the cheek.
A big, huge kiss on the cheek.
Slap the ass a little bit. Maybe we'll sleep together under a row of seats at an airport.
That sounds good to me.
Awesome.
We will sleep like sweet, sweet little babies. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, we'll spoon. It'll be nice.
100%.
Great spooning.
All right.
Nuge, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Anytime you want to come back on, man.
Let's do it. Let's make it every couple and once in a while.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I'm down with that. I love to talk, and we haven't broached a lot of subject, man. We got a lot of history.
I know. I kind of wanted to keep it G-rated slightly.
No, I want to keep it G-rated. Yeah, for sure.
For the kids to see. You know
exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Buddy, I love you so much, man.
Love you too, Gemmo. Good luck with everything, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
100%.
Nuge from Sam Roberts Band and The Last Sun. Check him out, guys. I will be playing The Last Sun in its entirety right after this broadcast. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take it down.
No, YouTube, go ahead. Let it play. Nobody else has heard it, really, so here it is.
There you go. Thank you guys very much. Nuge.
See you, buddy.
See you. Bye.